What's up, y'all? Shell behind me. Yep, we're here. Dynamo versus RSL. Something's got to give tonight, man. We need a dub. We need a dub bad. But it's 4 o'clock. I'm going to pitch 25, hang out with the Surge. See us. Otherwise, see you in the stadium. Very windy today. I love it. Nice, pretty. There ain't no clouds in the sky. Got a breeze. Comfortable weather. Let's go. Get your ass over here. What's up, H-Town and all around Shell Energy Stadium? Yes, it's loud. We've got the music coming on. The players about to enter the field for warm-ups. Andreas Dynamic Foxtrot here with me. Houston versus RSL. Something needs to happen for Houston tonight. We haven't won since we beat LA Galaxy in October. At home, by the way, at home. Well, actually, we haven't won since October, period, right? RSL has not won here since 2018. They have managed 5 ties, 3 wins in the history, but 2018 since the last time they won here. They're struggling. They haven't won a road game since last June either. Lineups are out. What do you think about the lineups tonight? Tell us about it.
Well, it's going to look like a little bit more like against Columbus. Yep. And, of course, the main thing is Alodero is going to keep the starting spot, which I'm not really mad about. He's a player that has been showing a lot of promise. Obviously, his veteran status shows a lot, especially in this type of situations, because we have to win a game right now. Yep. We have to win a game. We have to produce goals because we're not doing enough. And it's about time.
So Eric is still out. Escobar is in, which is we weren't sure he was going to play. Otherwise, you've got Exxon on the bench. We're hoping to see Exxon today. Aliyu is on the bench. We know he will play. He will play. But like you said, we have to be creative today. We're wearing the purples. Where can the creativity come from today at home against RSL and Diego Luna?
It's going to be tough because we might just see like another chance of like setting the ball on the wing to see what happens, because for us we have to find a way to break through the back line. Like I guess we're creating a lot of chances from the flanks, but every single time they're just going nowhere. We have to find a way to break through the back line no matter what, because all the goals as of right now are non-existent. So we have to find a way to get creative.
So, creativity is what we need to unleash Ponce, because Ponce right now is literally living on an island with 4 other inhabitants that are not his friends. It's like Survivor. And he's surviving right now, but he's not producing anything, and that's probably the lack of offense creativity from the Dynamo, not necessarily his action and his play. He's struggling. There's a lot going on. Can Ben find a way to open up the game for Ponce to at least take a couple shots? Maybe not get a goal, but at least take shots on goal, which he has not been getting right now.
He has to, because he's already said he's going to have to change a couple things because nothing is working right now. We've already seen it for the past 3 games. So it's just a matter of that. And we'll see if like the game plan is going to establish today, it's going to be fruitful. Like, it's going to show a lot of promise. And of course, like, we know he's stubborn, but he has to recognize when things are wrong because he has to change things.
I love it. So while he's talking, I'm just hanging out, enjoying the music. Got Diesel behind us down there dancing. You probably can't see it, but that's all right. Hey, he's there and he's enjoying the moment. We've got our boys warming up over there in the background. Man, we need a dub. We definitely need a dub. We cannot lose to RSL, and we cannot give up a Sam Junqua goal, can we?
No. We already have to deal with Diego Luna, which is going to be tough, but Sam is just going to be, obviously he's there. Like, I've been a proponent of keeping him whenever he was here still, but he moved on, so it's just a matter of just staying consistent defensively, and yeah, man, like, you have to stay on top of your game and win this game.
Right, he's not beating us. So, all right, we've talked about it. We've seen the lineups. We know what we're looking at. It's weird because LAFC has 71% possession today and lost to Austin 1-0. And that's kind of Ben's strategy at home, is possession, which we see doesn't work all the time. What is Ben going to do tonight? And then go ahead and throw your prediction in for tonight's game.
he might just like stay behind a lot. Obviously, we have to contain RSL. Like you just mentioned earlier, Diego Luna is going to be a menace still against Houston. We'll see how he does tonight, but for me, it's just a matter of containing him and also the attack, man. I've said it before. We have to produce goals. We have to produce more opportunities because, granted, we've already seen some things working for the Dynamo, but it's not enough. Obviously, we lost a lot of attacking pieces, a lot of players that always like going forward and not afraid of like beating defenders. And we'll see how it gets creative, but we have to find goals. We have to see it first.
And you know what the funny thing is? We score goals against RSL and nobody else.
Yeah.
But that's kind of credit to RSL. RSL does come in here and plays their game. They don't back up. They don't park the bus. They try to challenge us back and forth. And it hasn't worked for them. So they may try something new tonight. They're not having a good season to start off. They've won one home game. They're already eliminated from Champions League by a Costa Rican team. They've lost 2 road games, or 1 road game and 1 home game. They lost to San Diego last week 3-1. So we don't know where we're going to get from either side. My prediction, I'm going to go 0-0 draw, but I'm hoping we can get a 1-0 win, and we're going to find that 1 goal. Still going to be disappointed with the offense, but we're going to get the dub.
I see the win too, but it's going to have to come down to seeing things work out for Houston offensively. And for the past 3 games, I've seen some progress in the last one, but of course the first 2 have just been like non-existent almost. So I feel like for now I'm okay with that 2-1 win. They have to win this game.
Awodesu had a good game the first game. Bartlow had a good game the second game. Or third game, sorry. So now we need them both to have a good game, and just don't let ourselves push, don't let Diego push. So, guys, here you are. Looks like the referees are wearing pink tonight. I'm okay with that, no problems. Diesel still enjoying his show. All right, I think that's it, man. Everybody's warming up. We're about 35 minutes away from from kickoff. So let's see what happens. We'll come back to you. Final words?
Hey, get the win, please. I'm tired. I need something.
Let's get it. We'll see what we can do during this game. We'll be back at you at halftime, and then at the end of the game, and then in the locker or the press conference later, and in the mixer zone. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll find some fans to talk to during the halftime and after the game. But for now, you hear that voice. We know that voice on the background. H is up. We'll see you soon. Let's get that dub. Let's talk about it at halftime, though.
Please.
They ain't like me. They ain't like me.
U-H-O-U. For your Houston Number 6, Artur. Goalkeeper, number 13, Naranjo.
Kick off. Cute. Look at Escobar. Look at Escobar. All right, people, we're out here on the concourse. It's halftime. 2-1 RSL. It could be 3-2. It could be 14-1. It could be all kinds of crap going on. The referee is pissing the people off, pissing the fans off, pissing us off. So, like I said, 2-1 goal for Ponce. They scored in 45 seconds. So let's start right there. 45 seconds into the game, immediately goal.
Honestly, I was expecting RSL to just really get on the counter game a lot because they want to catch this defense off their foot, and they're just ready to go. They did it in less than a minute. Honestly, they did it literally there because they knew this defense was just out of sync. Granted, it's brand new. We're still missing Eric Svechenko, which is like a lot of a veteran leadership there, but still, like they knew there's going to be a brand new defense and they can take advantage of that. They did in less than a minute, which is disappointing because they did get a goal back later on to get quickly back into things, and of course a second goal happened, which wasn't disallowed. We can probably talk about that later, but yeah, here it's kind of the same thing, honestly, because if they're just being able to like get lucky in those opportunities, but they find that type of luck, and it has been that way for like the first half. Honestly, they're just able to find their luck and they get those opportunities.
Yeah, they were. So that first goal, 45 seconds in, we left the entire right side wide, or our left side, the Escobar side, wide open. They're on the other side. They moved the ball across, too bad, and then he's wide open. Easy friggin' goal. Easy friggin' goal. Man, that was just embarrassing to start the game off 45 seconds in. And of course, in the mood that we're in already as Dynamo fans, we're like, oh, okay, this game, I know a few people that probably said they were going to turn their TV off. I'm going to go back and ask them to see if they actually did. But we move on. 15 minutes later, I'm getting ready to post my 15-minute mark and like, all right, we're still down. What are we doing? Ponce finds a goal. A beautiful header into the net. Finally, Ponce scores the first goal of the season. The build-up has been nice. It's been continuing.
Off McGlynn, yeah.
Yeah, off McGlynn doing everything central. And then Seba on playing that left wing. Was called offsides once, but that you got to do that if you're going to play that position. But otherwise, he's been doing well. He's been moving the ball forward, and he actually takes on the defender, man. So build up to that first goal.
Honestly, like he was very well positioned. Jack McGlynn got a pretty nice cross inside the box to capitalize on that, which was pretty good. And no, yeah, finally he got his goal. He has to keep this going, and man, we need it now more than ever.
Yeah, man, and then the game continues, and we're pushing again. Bossi scores a friggin' goal. We're excited. Everybody show that. What happens next? VAR gets involved. Ponce is offside, in an offside position, and they declare him to be blocking your view. So technically it is called obstruction because he was in an offside position. They took away the goal. I don't think anybody's going to agree with it. It's such a subjective call. Whatever. It is what it is, man. Subjective, right? Referee kind of missed that one. You got a thought on that?
Yeah, those are the type of calls that only get called like one time out of 10. Or really like 20, like one time out of 20 times. It just gets like called like for no reason. Obviously there's some argument about that, but there's a reason why it almost never gets called, because it's tough to call that. And it's tough to like see the goalkeeper's positioning. And I thought that was a kind of a bad call because obviously the referees have all the angles and everything, but Ponce makes the effort to just like go back straight in a straight line while he has some side of Bossi still. And it also depends on his positioning too, so it's so subjective.
They missed the reaction of the keeper was immediate on the shot. So it's not like I saw it late. He reacted immediately, so it should have been no offside. Goal should have counted. But obviously we have to move. Nothing you can do about it except for complain to the pro referees. They suck. We always know they suck, but that's subjective every time. All right, we move on. Ponce gets another cross in, heads the ball on the far side of the right of the net. That's going in. It's easily going in.
Yeah.
And it rolls off to the left outside of the goal. And he's like, he even said, how did I miss that? He missed it. So should have scored, whatever happened. I'm okay with the attack. Here, 7 minutes of extra time. RSL's moving the ball forward. A bullet of a cross I'm going to call it an accident like I did when it was live. Luna accidentally headed that ball into the goal. I think he just didn't even see it coming. It just hit him, and boom, he'll take credit for it, right?
He was out of luck, and like we go back to what I said initially. It was the fact that they find their own luck, and Luna, like I mentioned earlier, like before the game started, he was going to be a threat, no matter what. And obviously, he showed up tonight for the second goal. He keeps showing up throughout the game still, and yeah, they're just able to find their luck. They just able to find their open spaces and capitalize. So it sucks. Of course, a lot of that goes back to the defense, but still, we have to keep the pedal on the gas now because we're losing control of the game, mostly because of officiating. But it's just what it is now. They have to get back control somehow.
It's something that we've been watching from the press box the entire thing, and you could call it every freaking game, by the way. Escobar going out there to earn his yellow card. I think that's what he gets paid for, is to earn the friggin' yellow card. He's fighting with the guy that he's number 10, or whatever his friggin' name is. He's fighting with him the whole game. They've been going back and forth. They score the friggin' goal, and he immediately goes into their celebration pack to bitch at him. So, Escobar, I don't know what you're doing. You earned your yellow, but now you're going to be careful in the second half, and most likely you're going to be subbed off. You're not playing 90 minutes no more. So, Escobar, relax. But he does need to chill out a little bit. It's affecting the players. Players are trying to stop him. He's got to chill out, right?
He has to, and he has a hot head. Everyone he knows that I've seen like at least one Dynamo game. Like he's just gonna lose his cool. Granted, he's very passionate about playing the game properly and how this defense is performing because it's not up to par. So, like he has to calm down because he's gonna get subbed off or just suspended. Really.
Come here, I got Dan the man. So we just went over the entire first half real quick. So I just want to get your quick thoughts, man. What is your perspective of how the Dynamo are playing this game, and can we make adjustments to come back out in the second half?
Really not.
You don't know.
I'm really not sure because again, it's like the lack of depth that like worries me.
Cohesion.
It's like
Yeah.
it really. I don't know, like if the bench really has like any players that are capable of shape.
I think there's possibilities, but Escobar's in trouble. We're pushing the attack, but can we defend well to stop ourselves from scoring another stupid goal on us? What do you think? Can we come back out and win this game?
I think so. I think
Okay.
it is possible.
Good. Everybody, hey, Dan the man.
I know.
His dad's over there doing the game broadcast right now in Español. So y'all make sure y'all go listen. Tell them what he's doing right now, so they know where to follow him and follow you. Look at it. Deportes.
He's commentating for TUDN Radio.
Yep.
Well, in Spanish, he's been doing it since the very first season. And helping him taking pictures for his sports page. Well, just follow his socials. Follow Daniel Mejia on socials, like on Facebook and Instagram. And every weekday there'll be a live show of him discussing the game and other games around the world. Deportes con Daniel Mejia at around 12 p.m. every weekday.
Thank you, Dan, brother. Appreciate it. It looks like the boys are about to come back out for the second half, so we're about to finish up this halftime talk, go out there, and we're going to see what adjustments were made when the whistle blows and see if we can come back and win this game. All right, y'all? We're going to see y'all in a few. There goes DFTV David over there. All right, we're back for the second half. I can't be live anymore, so let's get out of here. All right, y'all. Game is over. Here we are again, same place as always. Stadium's empty. They're fixing what is our crappy field right now. I don't know what happened to the crappy field. We used to have the best field in the world, but
It gets a lot of use.
Yeah, we can smell the mud right now. That's how much it's been worked on. But let's get to the game. Final score 2-1 RSL over Dynamo. Here we go. Unfortunately, we talked to you at halftime. We were hoping for some adjustments and some attacking. And second half there was a lot of attacking, some opportunities, but no frigging goals, man. So second half, what happened? We looked like we were playing better and pushing better, but could not do anything.
Second half was much more positive than the first half. Obviously, there were certain adjustments made, and there were a lot of opportunities to try and break into the box, or at least get close to it. But a lot of the game plan came around like the flanks and crossing it to see what happens, and we did get a lot of opportunities there, but it's also like I said early on, a matter of us trying to find good opportunities to score from a good position, and last but not least, just finding our own luck, which unfortunately we had a lot of opportunities in the front of goal, pretty close, a lot of opportunities for tap-ins, but unfortunately either those happen to go wide or go straight to the keeper or just go straight to the player that was defending that shot. And there were a lot of positives, at least that's what I perceived from Ben Olsen when he did a press conference just now, and really it's just really probably the best offensive performance so far. There were a lot of positives there, but unfortunately the scoring doesn't show that. So we still lost the game. It goes back to defense because we started the game short again, and it's just really disappointing overall.
Yeah, true. What we did see that was different, Aliyu did not start this game and did not play at all, but we felt like we were able to push those wings a little bit more today, and that would have been Seba for the first half and Seba for half the second half, and it looked great. I mean, the first time we played him, he was off, and that was early in the first half, and every time after that, he was able to get the ball wide, and he was able to go forward a little bit and attack that defender. So did that help open up the game? Is Ben seeing the eyes? We got to force more attacks, so Aliyu may just not be that answer to be forced up there, especially not using him tonight.
It opened up the game a little bit, and I figured he was probably going to be coming off the bench to try and open up the game a little bit more, because if he's good at something, he's definitely just has like pretty decent pace, and he can open the game a lot and bring a lot of good opportunities for Houston, but that didn't happen. But still, Houston were able to create those opportunities in the second half. But unfortunately, they literally just fell short. It was also said by Ben Olsen in the press conference. And it kind of felt like that. He did give us a lot of silver linings for this game, but yeah, we still lost in the scoreline, which is what matters most. And yeah, man, it's just really bad form right now.
All right, so there's not a lot of fight in this team, but there is a lot of fight in Franco Escobar. We knew this every game. We expect a yellow card from him in every game. He earned his yellow card. RSL scores the second goal. RSL goes to celebrate, and then you look up and you find Franco Escobar in the middle of that celebration talking crap and doing his thing. That something happened. He gets his yellow card on that play. But, after the game, I asked Femi about the composure of the team and the inconsistency of the ref. How do y'all maintain the composure? I said Escobar didn't. And he corrected me, and he said Escobar did keep his composure, and we need to fight like him and have that attitude and that grit. Is that what's missing from this team right now?
Yes, and there's definitely some things that they can take advantage of right now, and that's probably the most important one of them, because they're definitely reinforcements. The signings, obviously, that's going to have to be something that has to be worked over time, and we better have some news pretty soon, because we need some help right now. Both sides of the ball, honestly. But yeah, fight right now. Escobar, obviously, he's one of the one of those players that needs like a temper check every now and then. But if he's good at something, he's just like putting a lot of fighting spirit into his team, a lot of energy to just keep going, because the thing they need right now is just for everyone to stick together and turn the page and see how they can improve for the next game, because just how they just went down before the first minute came in, it was so unacceptable, and I'll see a lot of that behavior came out of that, because we can't play behind like this still. Like, we cannot afford these types of of results, or like how just to like fall very early in the game and let the other team like do whatever they want unless we get back into it. And we're still missing a lot of goals, which is also affecting the team. We just have to, we're scoring them, but it's just a matter of like getting back in the game. And if not, just don't screw up like that, because it's just disappointing how they are performing. This team is better than this, and I believe it. Obviously, we're missing a lot of players right now, but they've shown us that they showed us that they have fight. But we're now in a pretty bad situation because this is the worst start in Dynamo history after 5 games and 4 games. Sorry, and honestly, like it's really sad. There's plenty of season ahead to change things, but honestly, the way things look at right now, it's unacceptable in my opinion. And this team can do a lot more that they have right now. So we'll see what happens after this. Obviously, we'll have like a friendly next, which is a good opportunity for players that don't get playing time to play, especially those. But other than that, we do have like a big road trip in Cascadia. We're going to Seattle. We're going to Portland the week after that, and we play better on the road sometimes, which is great. But we cannot afford to lose results like this again. We have to see something new from this team, and man, we gotta see something.
No hay excusa, no. No sé ni qué sentir ahora. Necesitamos hacer más, necesitamos sacar la victoria, no importa cómo sea. Aunque tengamos un buen partido y sabemos que somos mejor que el adversario, tenemos que encontrar forma de ganar.
Como usted acaba de decir, el equipo no ha tenido forma de ganar, solo un punto en 4 juegos. ¿Cómo se siente el vestuario y qué le dice el técnico a ustedes?
El vestuario, yo creo que todos queremos ganar, entonces no creo que hay un clima feliz, ¿no? Porque queremos ganar y todos estamos trabajando para eso, pero sabemos que el grupo está junto, está unido y sabemos que la única cosa que tenemos que hacer es dar la vuelta y seguir trabajando.
Y últimamente, un mensaje para la afición.
Bueno, muchas gracias por el soporte. Nosotros sentimos en la cancha todo el apoyo y es muy importante para nosotros. Y nosotros vamos a seguir trabajando para tener una mejor temporada y ganar los partidos en casa, afuera. Pero muchas gracias y nosotros estamos muy contentos con el apoyo y vamos a seguir trabajando.
Gracias, Artur. Not the outcome that you or the team wanted. It's been a rough start. 1 point in only 4 games. Talk to us about tonight.
Yeah, I mean, again, just not coming out, not starting the way we want to start, obviously. Like, just simple things like winning our duels, being in the right positions. In that situation, I think there's not one person to blame. A lot of us are all late, and it's just not acceptable to start a match like that. A match where if we start better and we don't have to chase the game early on, then we could have got a lot more out of it for sure. I think we played well after that. Second half had a lot of opportunities, but you can't start matches like that.
What are the emotions in the locker room after this start, and just a message to the fans?
I mean, first of all, the message to the fans, like, thank you so much for still coming out, still believing in us the way we believe in ourselves. But yeah, the message is just to keep going. You know, there's a lot of players in the locker room who have experienced this with other teams, who have started out really bad and then went on to win championships. So yeah, this is what fighters are made of. You have to really show who you are in these type of situations, and we're not going to lay down. We're going to keep working, keep improving, and turn the season around.
Thank you, Philly.
How were you guys defensively able to adjust better in the second half?
That's a good question. I mean, it's really just a mentality thing. You know, coach can give us as many tactics as they want, but at the end of the day, you have to go out there, you have to fight, you have to make plays, you have to make tackles. In the second half, we did that. You know, we made tackles, we made plays, but in the first half, we have to come out the gate just like that. You know.
Do you think, in your opinion, the team played better today than as opposed to last week? And what good takeaways can you take from today?
Some good takeaways are all the chances that we created. You know, there's a lot of chances. If you want to look at the stats or whatever, there's like a 2.7 goal expected goals or whatever, something like that. So, that's a good takeaway, but we got to finish them for sure. And, there's things that we did good this match that we didn't do in other matches, and things that we did better in other matches that we didn't do in this match. So now it's time to just put it all together and, really start to gel this group and start getting results.
Thank you.
Hey, minus Escobar, were you able to keep y'all's composure, or did the referee affect the game with his inconsistency?
Yeah, Escobar kept his composure too. He's a fighter. That's who he is. If anything, we need to be more like that. Like me, a young player, not even young, but I have to, start to build that type of mindset right out of the gate. So I thought that was a clean goal. But at the end of the day, we can't look at the refs. It's up to us. We can affect everything. So yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Rough start to the season, right? Not the performance the team wanted to see today. Just your takeaways on tonight's match.
Yeah, it's just frustrating again, losing at home. It's something you don't want to do, especially we had a good point on the road and you want to follow it up with a win in front of our fans, but we just give away a goal in the first minute that kind of shoots us in the foot, and we have to go push the game from there. But we had the chances to win the game. It's not going right for us at the moment.
What are the emotions in the locker room after the start?
Yeah, it's frustration, obviously. We want to win games. We're professional athletes, and we want to put on a show for the fans, and we haven't been doing that, so we need to be better.
Next week, although you have a midweek game, you go to Seattle, a tough place to go to, turf, a place that you're not very familiar with. Just how do you guys prepare for that?
Yeah, we know the opponent's very good. They're dealing with some injuries, so we'll see what they put out. But it's going to be the same mentality we had in Columbus, and hopefully get 3 points there.
Thank you, Jack.
Open up to questions straight away here. Herman, go ahead.
Sure. Hey, man, yesterday we talked about process over results. And I feel like your team was unfortunate tonight. A lot of dangerous goal-scoring opportunities created in the second half. And I just wanted you to touch on that and your team's response after the first goal. It seemed that before the equalizer, they immediately responded with goal-scoring opportunities.
Well, I appreciate your positivity. And I don't disagree with you, but it'd be nice to not have to respond, right? That's where this starts, is in the first minute we give up a goal again. It's been a little something that's been haunting us. Right. And I'm pretty sure we've talked about it at length. And I think, we'll continue to work on that. And sometimes you go through seasons where the starts aren't great, but we talk about staying in the game because it's, as you see after that, we're a pretty good team. I think it was, I'm not a huge data guy, but it's, 2.9 expected goals. That's, we got to make some plays. They're there. They're there for us. They're there for us to at least tie that game, if not win the game. And, again, it was probably offensively our best performance. We look like ourselves. We look confident on the ball. But, again, sometimes it's a little easy to play when you're down and you're chasing. And, now you're free and you have to go. And it's nice to be in the game after 1 minute to see what the game looks like. But, again, a good performance overall and enough to – kind of bail our defense out or bail those moments out with 3 goals. There's plenty there. So, we did make the plays that mattered, on the offensive end. And, again, the first minute and then giving up one at the half, right before half hurts as well. Wasn't a little bit unlucky. I think he shanks it and Luna's in the right spot. But he made the play. Those guys made the plays. They made the play tonight, and we failed to do that. But some good stuff, some good performances. I thought Jack was great. I thought we were dangerous on set pieces all night. I think the way we built was got us into a lot of good positions, and there were some really good performances, but we fell short.
Speaking of performances, tough to see Andrew Tarbell go down like that. Yep. And Jimmy Maurer made his debut with the team. Just your thoughts on his performance?
Jimmy did great, and we'll get some looks on Andrew, but early signs is we'll see.
The last question, looking forward, midweek, first time in franchise history you play an international team in El Salvador. Just what are you looking to gain from that match, that friendly? Players from the
a
bench
lot of guys
that don't
need
get
minutes. A lot of guys need minutes right now, and but we also need minutes. You know, the starting group. So we'll figure out a balance there and get. But we'll deal with that Monday.
All right, we'll go to Sam.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Sam.
Just like you said, team was quite unlucky today. You know, some missed chances, some couldn't go in. Look as if they were just going to push it in. You know, like you said earlier, can you pinpoint any specific moment or decision during the game that you believe shifted the momentum of this game tonight?
I don't know if it was pretty wide open in the first half, and part of that is, again, if I had to choose a moment that changed the course of that game, was about a minute in when we gave up the first goal. And again, now we have to kind of change a little bit of the game plan and chase, you know. And but I will say, unlike the Miami game where we went down early, we still stayed disciplined, and that was nice to see. So that's an improvement. So there's little stuff that I see that we're growing, but personality and winning games and seeing, you know, being better in the moments that really matter in a MLS game, we're lacking there a little bit.
For Femi, he has a big show of Mikael to fill in. This should be his 4th MLS game, pro.
Yeah.
What can you say about his performance today?
I think he's been thrown into the fire. It's very unfair to compare him to Mika, right? And ask him to fill those shoes in this moment. But he's doing okay, you know, and that's you don't know as a pro player when your opportunity is. And he's getting his, and he's doing some very good things and some things that he needs to work on. But no better way to learn than, you know, in real games, and that will progress his development. And but, you know, we're thrilled with, you know, that he's here, and I think he's going to be a nice piece for this club, you know. But again, he's been in the fire, and it's a lot to ask of him, but he's held up. You're welcome.
Go to the front to David.
Hi, Coach. On Bossy's goal, the VAR check, what was told to you after what happened?
I don't know. It's one of those that could probably go either way. You know, I didn't think things went our way. Of course, you know, when you lose, that's usually the case with the referee. But I guess you could argue maybe he screened for a second, but I don't think he's saving that regardless. And I think that's the question: is he's not saving that, and whether or not Ponce is there or not. So I think that's something they need to ask themselves. And I know what they'll say. They'll say he screened him and he had to hold. And you know, again, they'll get out of this one. They'll get out of this one.
And then speaking of Ponce, he scored his first tonight. How do y'all keep that going?
Good, yeah. It's good to get him scoring goals. It's good to have your 9 scoring goals. He should probably had a second there at the back stick. I thought we were dangerous on set pieces all night long and service, and you know, a lot of what we're, you know, we looked like ourselves offensively. And but again, it's just they were better in, you know, 2 moments, and we had a lot more chances to see that game into at least a tie, if not a win, but wasn't to be. So we'll get back to work, and we'll stay together, and we'll be collective. And you know, not an easy time for us to again lose 3 at home. I feel terrible for the fans. This is not, you know, this is not where we want to live. We want to send people home, but I hope they saw a group that can respond and played at a high level tonight. And I hope it's just a matter of time for we start our winning ways.
Any other questions in the room? No, we have a couple on Zoom. All right, we'll go to Zoom. Joey, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, you opted for Kowalczyk and Ladera on the wings again. Do you think you guys missed a little bit of the width that Aliu could bring in this game?
No.
All right, and then another game with Ethan Bartlow and Femi Awodesu starting at the back. How do you assess their partnership developing in this game?
Well, I don't have any other center backs, so those are the two I got, and I think they did overall pretty well. Eric's still on the mend, and hopefully we can get him back sooner than later. Femi, continues to be, again, learning on the job, but I think he's doing pretty well. He's holding up, and Ethan. I have to go back and watch it, but I think he was had a fairly good game as well. But we gotta bail our defense out. We gotta be able to make some mistakes and still win games on the offensive end, and that part is the responsibility of that is just as critical as making the plays in the defensive side.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
And Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, Ben. Just with the 3 straight losses at home, what's the mood like in the locker room? I know you guys have a lot of leaders, a lot of veterans in there. What's your message to them and their mood in the locker room?
Just to stay together, and this is not a time to whisper and click up, and we're all in this together, and we'll get out of it together. It's fairly simple. I've been in this spot before. And I've also gotten out of this spot before.
Anything else? All right, thanks for wrapping it up there. Thank you, Ben.
All right, guys, we have post-game press conference with Ezequiel Ponce. So we'll kick it off with just asking about his first goal, his feelings about his first goal this season. Ezequiel, tu primer gol que marcaste hoy, esta noche, primer gol de la temporada, ¿cómo te sentiste?
Bueno, primero, gracias a todos por estar un ratito. La situación en la que estamos pasando, la verdad que no es la ideal, ¿no? No veo por qué fijarme en lo mío, en lo personal. Creo que me voy a poner contento cuando el equipo empiece a ganar, empiece a disfrutar de tanto trabajo que venimos haciendo día a día. Y bueno, hoy lamentablemente no nos pudimos llevar los 3 puntos y es algo que por lo menos a mí y seguramente a todos mis compañeros nos duele muchísimo, ¿no? Agradecer también de mi parte a la gente que vino a ver el partido, que nos sigue apoyando aún en los malos momentos y nada, esto obviamente Dios quiera que se lo podamos recompensar en el futuro y en el futuro inmediato, ¿no? En el siguiente partido con una victoria y que sean muchas.
All right, we'll open up questions to the room. We'll go with Germán right here.
Ezequiel, buenas noches. Germán Benítez de Deporte Total USA. 3 derrotas en los primeros 4 partidos. ¿Qué necesita cambiar el equipo o qué necesita hacer diferente para poder sacar resultados positivos?
Bueno, es una pregunta un poco complicada. Estamos pasando por un momento delicado. Sabemos que tenemos que hacer las cosas súper sencillas como partir desde esa base y ir para adelante, ¿no? Tenemos jugadores como para hacer un buen fútbol, pero no lo estamos logrando, sinceramente. Hay que tener mucha humildad, mucha autocrítica. Cada uno se tiene que mirar para adentro lo que está aportando al equipo y desde ahí poner todo al servicio, ¿no? de Houston, de Dynamo, que es nuestro club, al que tenemos que defender y mejorar en el siguiente partido.
Y hablando de autocríticas, ¿cómo se siente usted en el lado ofensivo de este equipo? La opinión suya del lado ofensivo de este equipo. Hoy, esta noche, generaron bastantes jugadas de peligro. Sí. Se miraron muy bien esta noche, pero en otros partidos no había tanta claridad de gol, en mi humilde opinión. ¿Le llegan suficientes balones a usted o qué? ¿Cómo se siente usted en el lado ofensivo de...?
Sí, es más o menos como lo estás describiendo, ¿no? Los primeros partidos no habíamos tenido por lo menos yo sentí que no pude tener tantas posibilidades de marcar. Hoy, gracias a Dios, pude tener el servicio de Jack que me quedó dando vuelta. También tuve ocasiones de Nico. Hemos dado un paso adelante en ese sentido, ¿no? Pero esto es fútbol, es un conjunto. Todos tenemos que estar, como te decía, poner de cada uno una partecita para sacar los partidos adelante, ¿no? Esto no se trata solamente del ofensivo, sino que tenemos que hacer un gran trabajo y estar concentrados los 90-95 minutos que dure el partido.
Y la última de mi parte, ¿qué le dijo a usted el árbitro en el gol de Basi que anularon?
Es difícil hablar de los árbitros. No le quiero faltar del respeto ni dentro de la cancha.
¿Cuál fue la explicación que le dio?
Bueno, la explicación supuestamente es que yo estoy interviniendo en la visión del arquero, lo cual que me parece muy extraño porque estoy a metro y medio del balón donde pasa el disparo de Basi. Esa es la explicación que él nos da a nosotros. Obviamente debe tener lo fue a ver al VAR, le agradecemos por eso porque hay veces que ni siquiera la revisan, pero hablar del árbitro no me gusta, no le quiero faltar el respeto y bueno, eso es lo que él interpretó en el partido. Más allá de eso no nos podemos enfocar solamente en una decisión arbitral que puede ser que esté equivocada. Tenemos que hacer las cosas mejores nosotros.
Gracias, Ezequiel. All right, we'll go there. And just heads up, I'll be translating Ponce's answers.
Platicando del futuro inmediato, se viene un amistoso contra El Salvador este miércoles. ¿Qué esperas, tanto tú, más de los que quieren jugar más minutos de ese partido que se pueden llevar?
Bueno, obviamente tenemos que respetar a la selección que viene. Es un honor poder enfrentarlos y sumar minutos, ¿no? Sumar más minutos de competición, de tomar decisiones dentro de un partido de fútbol. La verdad que es importante. No sé cómo lo van a plantear ni del staff, qué decisiones van a tomar, qué jugadores van a poder jugar ese partido. Pero obviamente lo tenemos que tomar con el mayor de los respetos y nada, disfrutar de tener una selección aquí en Houston y estar al nivel de esa competición.
We'll go here in the front.
Hola, buenas noches, Ezequiel. El profe nos ha hablado, ¿verdad?, de algunas cosas, empezando desde la pretemporada, más garra, entrega, el partido de la semana pasada físico, también para mejorar más jugadores en la caja, que es algo ahorita que sientes que es algo más que les falte o algo más que él te ha dicho a ti personal.
Bueno, obviamente nosotros estamos, los jugadores hablo, ¿no? Cuando digo nosotros, estamos con la idea de nuestro entrenador. Él nos está guiando en estos momentos para encontrar una solución. Hemos entrenado lo suficiente como para tener más opciones de gol y creo que esta noche lo hemos demostrado, ¿no? Hemos tenido situaciones que por fortuna, por decisiones del árbitro, no hemos podido seguir subiendo el marcador. Pero bueno, como lo decía antes, creo que es un trabajo en conjunto. No solo nos podemos fijar en esa área, sino que también tenemos que tener la responsabilidad y estar mucho más atentos. Creo que es inaceptable que a los 40 segundos, 45 segundos del primer tiempo, cuando comienza el partido, ir 1-0 abajo, ¿no? Es algo en lo cual nos tendremos que fijar. Yo soy el primero que está designado para defender desde la parte de arriba. Obviamente que me incluyo en los errores defensivos, ¿no? Y junto a mis compañeros, como te dije, tenemos que tener la autocrítica suficiente, ser humildes y aceptar los errores, pero sobre todo no volver a cometerlos el próximo partido.
All right, we'll go with John B right here.
Hi, how would you describe the chemistry between you and your attacking teammates so far this season?
¿Cómo describes la conexión que tienes con los jugadores adelante, atacando y todo? ¿Cómo lo describes, la conexión que tienes allá?
Bueno, no ha cambiado mucho, ¿no? Por ejemplo, está Nico Lodeiro, que es nuevo, Jack también, que vino como refuerzo, ¿no? Y el resto nos vamos conociendo allá de hace un tiempo, ¿no? Creo que intentamos poner todo a disposición del equipo, ¿no? De estar conectados, de saber sacar el potencial, ¿no? del compañero. Creo que es fundamental, ¿no? Y estamos intentando hacer lo mejor posible como para pasar este mal momento que estamos viviendo. Y nada, yo creo que el único camino que conocemos nosotros es seguir trabajando, levantarnos mañana, ir a entrenar y es la única opción que tenemos como para revertir esto, ¿no? Y creo que el que entienda ese mensaje, tenemos que estar unidos y ya desde mañana pensar en Seattle y mostrar, no sé si una mejor imagen, sino una mayor atención en cada detalle del partido.
All right. Any other questions in the room? We'll go to Zoom. Joey?
Hey, Ezequiel. When the team isn't scoring a lot of goals like it's been this early in the season, do you feel a lot of extra pressure on yourself as the big designated player on this team?
Con el equipo que no está metiendo muchos goles, ¿sientes más presión haciendo el jugador franquicia, el jugador grande del equipo?
Sí, bueno, obviamente que en parte es mi responsabilidad. Tenemos que mejorar, tengo que mejorar yo también. Van 4 partidos. No hemos marcado lo suficiente. Pero obviamente, como te digo, ¿no? Es un trabajo en equipo. Obviamente no solo depende de mí. Diciendo esto no me quiero sacar ni presión ni nada por el estilo, porque me hago cargo en el lugar donde estoy y de la parte que me toca, ¿no? Pero obviamente, como les digo, ¿no? Yo mañana me voy a levantar y voy a ser el primero en ir a entrenar y a querer seguir mejorando para poder aprovechar cada oportunidad que tenga el partido que viene en Seattle y los siguientes.
All right. Forward Gabe Siegel came off the bench, gave some good minutes again today. What's your relationship been with him so far this season? Has he been coming under your wing a lot?
Gabe Siegel vino de la banca, entró al partido. ¿Cómo describes la conexión que tienes con él? ¿Los has ayudado mucho con esa conexión, enseñándole cosas en el campo?
No, obviamente es un compañero que comparte posición por ahí un poco conmigo. Hoy nos tocó jugar juntos. La verdad que estoy muy contento por todo el trabajo que él viene haciendo, se viene esforzando, le viene dedicando muchísimo trabajo durante este tiempo que estamos juntos, y la verdad que estoy contento por cómo está él, queriendo ayudar al equipo, y eso es algo a valorar, ¿no? Obviamente en las oportunidades que tengo de aconsejarle, de animarlo, y de estar juntos, de sacar conclusiones y compartir desde el lugar donde nos toca estar en la cancha, y en lo que lo pueda ayudar y hacer crecer, bienvenido sea.
All right. Any more questions? All right, we'll end it here. Thank you guys for coming out.
Gracias. Gracias a todos. Chao, chao. Nos vemos.
What's up, H-Town? All around? All right, so y'all know the deal. Weekend's over. We played our games. That damn sun is friggin' bright. All right, but Andres, the dynamic Foxtrot, and me, we're heading back west to Central Texas, back to Austin. Unfortunately, you know the deal. But be back in 2 weeks for the Dash, for damn sure. 3 weeks for Houston versus LAFC. But man, y'all know the deal. This is frustrating, so this drive sucks. Of course, when the Dynamo lose, the Dash lost as well, so not a fun weekend, but you know, I still had a good time. Y'all know that shit. Come on. Alright, but time to go back. We'll be back. What up?